Listen to our review of Vox Machina. Look, D&D's just not for nerds anymore. They're for drunkards, for alcoholics, for over-sexualized people, and this show shows you exactly why all those things are true.
Vox Machina.
Machina. Get it right. Yeah. We're going to get beat up if you don't say it right.
Oh, sorry. Correct me. What is it again?
Vox Machina.
Yes.
I
said Machina. Yes, you are correct. The Vox Machina
This is
a merry band of misfit heroes who travel together in the fantasy land of, it was the Exandria?
Yes.
Yeah, they're mostly rude, crude drunkards without a cent to their name, but they still get the job done. They also happen to travel with a bear. Now, I'm going to drop this on over to you, Jason, because it is some history behind this show. This show is on Amazon Prime. Please give people the history, and then we can jump into your review if you have it.
All right, yes. Okay, the history of this show. This is a very, very special show. The reason why I'm telling Jason to get it right, because it already has a built-in fandom to it. So this show is basically a Kickstarter campaign ran by Critical Role. Now, what Critical Role is a D&D podcast / Twitch channel where a bunch of voice actors from video games and animation would go and play D&D together, basically. They've been doing it for years at their house, and finally they got approached by Geek and Sundry to do a Twitch-based stream of it. And that Twitch-based stream became so popular that they did their own stream, and now they did a Kickstarter in which they were going to do like a 30-minute episode for their first campaign that they did when they were playing in Vox Machina. We're on campaign 3 now. About their characters from their first campaign. That Kickstarter made $11 million, and they were looking for like $100,000 just to do a 30-minute TV show or 30-minute special. Because it made $11 million, they were like, oh, we'll just do a couple more. And then Amazon got involved and said, nah, y'all doing a full series. Here you go. So this is where it comes from. Critical Role is awesome. You would probably not recognize any of the voices or any of the actors, except for maybe Ashley Johnson. She's been on a couple of live TV shows, but you would definitely recognize their voices. They've been in everything from like Halo to Overwatch to The Last of Us, all sorts of anime and stuff like that. And if you've never watched Critical Role or even played, they are just the best at it. And unfortunately, it's kind of made this effect where people who are starting to play D&D expect that level of quality from their dungeon masters and shit. Ain't gonna happen like that. But this thing already has a built-in fan base. You know, millions of people. They were the number one highest earning streams on Twitch for like the last 3 years, which, you know, they've taken millions of dollars just doing shit that they've already were going to do anyway, which is amazing. They just do it really, really well. So this show, you know, much like the Wheel of Time, already has a special place in my heart. Even if this sucks, and great, it doesn't suck. This is awesome.
Right.
This to me, and here's my review part of this. This to me reminds me of like an older, like late 90s, early 2000s cartoon that's just like it's good, it's great, but then you're adding the adult humor to it, and not like in a Rick and Morty kind of way, but more of like just like, no, we're just adults in this world that's kind of kiddish, but still kind of fun. So they're just having fun, and that's what I like about this show. It's just like, it's silly. It's silly. Yeah. It is violent. It's graphic. It's gory. They're cursing every 5 minutes, but it's just fun. It's just simple, like people having fun, and you can definitely tell because all the voice actors from the campaign have come and reprised the roles as their characters. They got several other, you know, high profile voice actors come and do one shots. Like they had freaking David Tennant as one of the characters. You know, he's
right. I saw that.
Pretty famous dude. Yeah. For those who watch Doctor Who or whatever.
Yeah.
Or who are British, they would know him. Other voice actors, Kyrie Payton, you know, one of my favorite voice actors of all time. He's actually played with them one stream before, and he's come back. And a lot of their friends are, you know, because they know all the voice actors, so they just get people. You know, one person, what's the girl name? Felicia Day, which just did a off character as like Bandit number 2. Like they could just get people in is to do stupid voices for them.
I just want to give a shout out to Marisha Ray. Oh my God. Like, my wife is my dream girl, but if there was a number two.
Oh, okay. So I had to stop because watching Critical Role for 2 or 3 months because I had the biggest crush on her, and I found out she was married to Matthew Mercer, and I was sad. I was actually depressed.
Just such a beautiful woman, and not just beautiful because physically she is beautiful, but just such a cool personality. And I haven't met her, but when you watch the things that she's in, because she used to be in Superhero Beatdown with Bat and the Sun, she used to do a lot of work with them back in the day, and she seems like a cool chick.
Yeah, and she is actually the one that actually is the CEO of Critical Role right now, so she actually runs the whole entire thing. Her husband, Matt Mercer, is the DM, who's kind of like the creative director. And then everybody else kind of has their different roles and stuff like that within the company of it. But they all come together, and it just seems like they're having fun. I've had dreams about being their friends. And that's all I want in my life is just to be their friend and occasionally maybe play D&D with them. Because they look like they're just having fun. And that's what's so great about this TV show is it just looks like a bunch of friends got together and just had fun, and then somebody was like, yo, I'll animate this for you. Yeah, I got you. And we'll just make it look, somewhat decent. Like, the animation's not going to blow your mind. It's Titmouse. They've done a lot of good stuff over the wheels, but it's kind of like that faux anime style. But it's fun. It's just a fun TV show, and that's all I can say about it. And Sam Riegel, who plays Scanlan, is just a genius.
Right.
His songs that he comes up with, and because he does this on stream and he does this off the top of his head, but in the show, now that he has the time to sit down and write it, it's just pure comedy gold, and it's ridiculous.
Oh, man. That funk he was giving us, that JB funk on the last episode, bro.
Pull all my beats.
Oh man, I guess let me jump in and give my round take on this one here. This voice machine got hits not only on the songs that they slay about anal beads, but on the action slays, blue dragons, the voice work slays. You summed it up perfectly. This is fun. It is just devilishly enjoyable because it's completely in the culture. It has all the archetypes of, the characters that we love and enjoy in our fantasy novels and our fantasy series, hell, our fantasy video games. When you play D&D, the characters off the rip, which is part of the charm of this, is that who is what and what they do and what their powers are and what their abilities are, typically off the rip. The beauty of this is that the beauty of this is that I felt like as I watched it, I could feel the dice rolling. As even the action scenes were going on, from what powers they were using and abilities they were doing, it almost felt like it was oh damn, he must have rolled a 7. Because and when I say that, guys, I guess it's not a way to explain it unless you have played Dungeons and Dragons and you see this. And then when you understand the history behind it, when you watch it, you can kind of see it through this lens that these guys are just sitting around joking around and doing this. And it's great. It's oh yeah, we're sitting at a tavern drinking and some orc bumps my shoulder. What do you do and respond by? And you can just see that's the mechanisms at play here. Right. And I would say that will be my only drawback of it, is that if you're not heavily influenced into the culture, you're going to feel like there's not a lot of character development, because they don't spend any time to really develop anybody. They just get right into it. Now, I think the end of the episode 3 seems like they're going to start trying to develop some things here and there, because I did think to myself, I was like, hey, he's had the least screen time out of all of them. And naturally, when I saw the character, I was drawn to him because that would be the character I would get, the Joker with the cat. He's spraying that thing off. And first 2 episodes is not too much of him really doing much in there, except for, you get a feel of his personality. But then the third episode seems like they're going to do a little bit here with his backstory, which I thought was dope. But that's the only real legitimate gripe I have, is that if you're not enthralled in the culture, you're going to be like, man, this is kind of shallow character writing. But it should be, because this is based off a campaign for D&D. So,
it's not that deep, guys.
Not gonna have... Right. And then know what I thought? Because remember you was trying to describe this show. You said this is fun. I'm gonna tell you when I just say this, you're gonna be like, you're right. This show is what Disenchantment wants to be.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Because I watched what I thought Disenchantment was going to be. And Disenchantment didn't hit the mark at all for this, but this hits the mark amazingly. Like, and if people know what Disenchantment is, it's a Netflix show. I think it's done by the same people who do The Simpsons and Futurama, and it deals in medieval times and fantasy genre kind of stuff, and it makes the kind of jokes, but it doesn't feel as cool as this. If Disenchantment feels kind of lame, like a bunch of oldies made it to kind of fit in the culture, but this feels like it's from the culture, given to you because you get it. So I did think that like it did hit that trigger for me on that one. The last thing I have on note in here, really, man, is I do wish the action scenes felt a little like, and when you said it was like it's more anime, kind of quasi anime, I do wish they would have taken that note from the quasi anime, how anime don't spend that much money on its regular day-to-day animations of things, but the action scenes they ramp up the animation for. I wish in this one they kept the animation baseline. Like, I can't look back at this and go, oh wow, what a scene. I wish the action in here had some wow, what a scene moments than normal. Like the fight in the courtyard was close by how they were using magic and all that, but I feel like that's where you put that extra like $11 million you got. You put those all into the fight scenes and let us enjoy those. So that's my only critique, but that's just a me thing. That isn't something that takes away from the enjoyment I had.
When they killed that dragon, when Grog split that dragon's head, I was like, that's cool.
Oh, well, yes, that was. Yes, yeah, okay. You got me there.
That's
yes,
cool.
That was cool. Yes. But the whole fight scene lead into that wasn't anything spectacular.
Yeah,
it was just cool. Yeah.
As I said, it's like a late 90s or early 2000s TV show. You know, it's not going to be like prestige animation like Arcane or anything like that, but it's definitely worth your time. Yeah, it's definitely you know, it's good.
All right. Hey, how you doing there? We here at the N-Word for Nerd like to tell you a little something about a product that we decided to, you know, steal from some people and then sell to you at a very extremely serviceable price. Have you ever been tired, worn down, and just lazy? I know I am, because that's my life. But then this magical drink came Nerd Focus. Nerd Focus hits all that stuff in your brain, makes you smarter. Well, let me change it. It doesn't make you smarter, but since you brought this, which is a smart decision, then in that turn, it just made you smarter. So by that nature, it does make you smarter. Have you ever wanted to turn into a Super Saiyan 4? Nerd Focus will help you do that. Jason, you just had some. What do you think about Nerd Focus?
It's delicious. It tastes very good. I feel more aware. I feel more awake now. I feel like I can actually talk to a girl, maybe. Maybe ask her out on a date. It definitely has electrolytes in it, so that's what plants need. It's very good. It's great.
Well, guys, if you want to get your own very own case of Nerd Focus, go ahead and check out our link in our description. That's our affiliate link. So if you do purchase a case of Nerd Focus, it actually does help us out tremendously. Hey, let's get your Nerd Focus on, man.
Focus up.
If you had Jason, what rating are you giving Vox?
So obviously I'm already a fanboy, so I gotta take all of it in account. So it's going to be, you gotta take my review with a pinch of salt, but it's 5 out of 5 for me. Because this is what I love. This is what I love. All right.
So you got a banger. I'm giving it a strong 4. I still enjoyed the hell out of it. But you're giving it a banger. So hey, that's I won't disagree. If anybody is like, oh man, he gave it a 5. I mean, I'm close to there. I'm at a 4. Like I said, only big gripe is I just think, if you're not in the genre, it may throw you off. And I think
my
that's
mom's
why I
not
took the point
like
away.
Right. I'm not gonna.
Right. Well,
I'm not gonna be like, yo, mom, you should be watching Vox Machina. No.
Right.
But
I mean, that's probably more for the cursing than anything. Right. No, but it's a dope show. If you don't get to check it out, it's on Amazon Prime. If I did not mention that, again, it's on Amazon Prime.
Do not watch this with your kids.
No, not at all. Not at all. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Just want to throw that out there to you. If you're enjoying what you're hearing,